I thought this week would be about flowers and cake tastings, not lawyers and ultimatums.
Tell me you're not joking.
I wish I was. His mother invited me to brunch. I thought it was to talk seating charts. She handed me a prenup.
Jesus, are you okay?
I said nothing. I just nodded like a good little bride.
You didn't sign it, did you?
Not yet, but they made it clear, no prenup, no wedding.
That's insane. Max said nothing?
He said he understands both sides.
Of course he did. Classic rich boy fence sitting.
His sister smirked the whole time, like I was the help trying on a wedding dress for fun.
This makes me sick.
It made me numb. I smiled through dessert. Then I went home and cried in my car.
You don't have to do this, you know.
That's the thing. I want to marry Max.
But at what cost, Lil?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you even know what's in the prenup?
Pages and pages. Legalese I barely understand. I'd get nothing if we divorce, not even the house.
Wait, the one you found? The one you paid for the down payment on?
Yep,
That's robbery. That's not a prenup. That's a mugging in daylight.
I know.
You need a lawyer.
I called one. He read it and laughed. Said it was one of the nastiest he's seen.
So you're not signing, right?
Here's the twist. I might.
Lily, what are you saying?
I want to marry him. And they think I'm desperate enough to do it on their terms.
And are you?
I'm something else.
Meaning?
I signed it in front of them. No tears, no hesitation. I smiled.
Wait, you actually signed it?
Yep, with perfect lipstick and steady hands.
Okay, now I'm confused.
They think they won.
Did they?
I asked for one small thing in return. A courtesy, I said.
What?
For them to sign some paperwork, too.
You're kidding.
NDA agreements.
Lily, you genius psychopath.
I told them it's standard for public figures, that I didn't want any stories leaked to tabloids.
What's in the NDAs?
A clause that if they discuss me or the marriage publicly, especially with malice, it voids the prenup.
Holy shit.
They signed without reading, all three of them.
No way.
I recorded the moment. I even served them mimosas.
You're terrifying.
I'm tired. I'm done playing the smiling bride while they gut me.
Max doesn't know?
He will, eventually.
Lil, what happens if he sides with them?
Then I'll know
Know what?
that I married the wrong man.
God, I want to hug you and scream into a pillow at the same time.
I rehearsed the smile in the mirror. Took me 3 tries to get it right.
And they never suspected.
They underestimated me.
They thought you were grateful to be chosen.
I was, once.
Not anymore?
I choose myself now.
So what's next?
I walk down the aisle with a blade in my bouquet.
Lily,
Metaphorically, for now.
this is dangerous territory.
Only if they cross the line.
And if Max finds out about the NDAs?
He'll find out, but not from me.
You're playing a long game.
Number I'm just not folding.
Do you still love him?
That's the tragedy. I do.
Then why not tell him?
Because he let them hand me a contract instead of flowers.
God, that line gave me chills.
It gave me clarity.
You're not the same Lily I met 7 years ago.
That Lily thought love was enough.
And now?
Now I know love should never come with a receipt.
That's poetry.
That's pain.
So you're going through with the wedding?
Yes, in white lace, with steady hands.
And steel under the silk.
Exactly.
I hope one day he reads the letter and realizes what a badass his wife is.
I hope he never has to.
He won't, unless he makes you prove it.
Then God help them all. He texted me tonight, asked if I'm okay.
You should have replied with a picture of the prenup set on fire.
I just said, fine, just tired.
That's such a Lily answer.
It's easier than explaining the storm.
Does he even know what they're doing to you?
He thinks he does, but he doesn't feel it.
That's the problem.
He keeps saying it's just paperwork. It doesn't change anything real.
Of course he thinks that. The paperwork protects him.
Exactly. He said his mom had to fight off 2 women who only wanted his dad's money.
Oh good, so your punishment for their poor taste in women.
His sister actually called me a rebrand of their trauma.
I would have slapped her with a Prada heel.
I laughed.
Wait, you laughed?
I said, "Thank you for acknowledging how powerful I must be to haunt you with ghosts I've never met."
Oh my god, you're a full dragon now.
It shut her up for exactly 4 minutes.
What did she say after?
That I'm manipulative, that I'm good at making men feel like saviors.
Projection, straight up psychological projection.
They're scared of me.
They should be.
That's what's crazy. I never wanted power in that house. I just wanted peace.
And you threatened them simply by existing outside their control.
I'm learning something.
Tell me.
Women like me, the quiet ones, the ones who say thank you and clean up the dinner plates, we're the most dangerous.
Because they think we'll stay quiet forever.
And then one day, we don't.
What changed for you?
I saw how quickly love becomes leverage and how quickly silence becomes consent.
Lily, you're scaring me.
Good.
You're walking into this wedding like it's war.
Because it is.
Do you still trust Max?
I trust who he is with me, but I'm starting to doubt who he is without me.
That's deep.
That's dangerous.
So what happens if he finds out about the NDAs before the wedding?
Then I'll know exactly who he's loyal to.
And if he reacts badly?
I'll walk.
You say that so calmly.
Because I already imagined it.
When?
The night after the brunch. I sat in the bathtub with my dress hanging from the door. I looked at it and told myself, you can walk away barefoot and bleeding and still be more whole than if you stay.
I just cried reading that.
I almost did too. But then I remembered something.
What?
My grandmother once told me, never trust a man who lets his mother hurt your name.
Your grandma was a queen.
She married a coal miner with holes in his shoes.
But he gave her the whole sky.
Exactly.
And Max?
Max wants to be the sky. But his mother controls the weather.
That was poetic and terrifying.
It's my reality.
Do you want me there at the wedding?
More than anyone.
I'll wear black.
Don't tempt me.
Too late. I already bought a raven-colored wrap.
If I say pineapple during vows, it means grab my hand and run.
Pineapple, got it. But seriously, if it gets dark, I won't let you stand there alone.
I know. That's why I'm still breathing.
I wish I could fix this for you.
You already did. You believed me before I believed myself.
Always.
There's one more thing.
What now?
I heard something last night.
Heard what?
I went to Max's parents' house. Forgot my phone charger there.
Okay.
They didn't know I was in the hallway. I heard his mother say, she'll be gone within 3 years, and she won't leave with a penny.
She
was sipping tea. Calm, like it was weather talk.
I'm going to be sick.
Then she laughed. Said, she'll thank us for saving her from herself.
Lily, this is beyond cruel. This is calculated.
That's when I knew I couldn't just protect myself. I had to hold them accountable.
What did you do?
I went home. I wrote everything I remembered. I recorded a voice note.
Why?
Because I'm not just fighting for me. I'm documenting a war.
You shouldn't have to.
But if I don't, the next woman might not survive it.
This isn't just about a marriage anymore.
It's about dignity.
And they tried to strip yours quietly.
I've never been louder in my life.
Promise me you'll let me read the vows before you say them.
I haven't written them yet.
What are you waiting for?
The night before, when the house is quiet.
And your rage is loud.
Exactly.
What if you get cold feet?
I'll stand on burning coals before I let them rewrite who I am.
That doesn't sound like cold feet. That sounds like a woman forged in fire.
Then let it burn.
Lily?
I'm not afraid anymore.
I don't know if I should be proud or terrified.
Be both.
How are you sleeping?
I'm not.
You need to rest.
Rest is for people who aren't at war.
Don't let them steal your peace too.
Peace is earned.
And you will earn it with interest.
Or with scars.
Both, probably.
That's the cost of walking through fire and not turning to ash.
I'll have a fire extinguisher in my purse.
And a flask?
Filled and ready.
You always show up.
You always rise.
I don't know what's going to happen, Susan.
That's okay. You don't need to know yet.
I just want to walk down the aisle and not feel like a chess piece.
You're not a pawn. You're the queen.
Then may they learn not to corner me.
Let's just hope they don't try.
They will.
And when they do?
I'll remind them what happens when you teach a lioness to smile. He asked if we could have dinner alone tonight.
Did you say yes?
Of course. I needed to see his eyes.
And?
They were calm. Too calm.
Oh no.
He said he was relieved. I signed the prenup without drama.
I'm about to throw my phone.
I asked him what would have happened if I said no.
And?
He didn't answer at first, just played with his wine glass, then said, I guess it would have made things complicated.
Complicated is code for you would have been out.
Exactly.
And still you sat there and ate with him.
I needed to know. I needed to see who I was marrying.
You still think you love him?
I think I love a version of him, the one that doesn't exist inside that house.
That's not love, that's grief.
I think you're right.
What did you talk about after?
He joked about honeymoon plans.
Wow.
I stared at his hands. They never shook, not once.
Which means?
He's at peace with all of it. The contract, the silence, my surrender.
He thinks you surrendered.
I let him think that.
But it's killing you.
Every night I lie awake wondering if I'm marrying the enemy's son or the enemy himself.
That's a nightmare.
It's a mirror.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to wear the dress, say the vows, but I won't be saying them to him.
Then to who?
To the woman I used to be.
Lily?
I'm promising her that I won't disappear inside anyone again.
I have chills.
I'm not walking into marriage. I'm walking into an arena.
You shouldn't have to.
I know, but I will.
Do you want him to change?
I want him to wake up. I want him to look at me and see me. Not just the version his mother tolerates.
And if he can't?
Then he'll lose me while I'm still standing in front of him.
That's the cruelest heartbreak.
I've already started grieving him.
Before the wedding?
During the second fitting.
Why then?
Because the seamstress called me the luckiest bride. And I smiled so hard, I felt my gums bleed.
Oh, Lily.
And I realized I wasn't lucky. I was curated.
Curated?
Hand-selected to look good in photos, to know the right forks, to nod instead of roar.
But you do roar.
Only when no one's watching.
I'm watching.
I know. That's why I haven't vanished.
Do you want me to confront him?
Number, he has to arrive at the truth on his own.
You think he will?
I think he's capable, but I don't know if he's willing.
And you can't marry potential.
That's the lesson.
So, what's your exit plan?
My suitcase is half packed.
Number?
Hidden behind the winter coats.
You'd really leave?
If the truth detonates and he runs instead of standing beside me, yes.
I'll drive.
I know.
Say the word, I'll have the engine running.
Say pineapple and meet me at the back gate.
Done.
I saw his sister today.
Let me guess.
She hugged me like she'd already won.
Ah!
She whispered, soon you'll understand your place.
Oh, I have a few places I'd like to suggest for her.
I didn't respond. I just kissed her cheek.
You kissed her?
And said, I already know my place. It's exactly where I choose to stand.
DAMN.
She looked like I slapped her with a Bible.
I'm framing that quote.
I have to keep my mask on.
Until when?
Until the ink dries and I decide if I'm staying.
This is more thriller than wedding.
Because they wrote it like a contract, not a love story.
Are you scared?
Terrified, but not of them.
Then of what?
That I'll stop recognizing myself.
That won't happen.
I hope not.
You're the bravest person I know.
Bravery isn't loud. Sometimes it's just staying upright when your heart wants to kneel.
I don't want you to lose the soft parts of yourself.
Softness doesn't survive in their world.
Then break their world open.
That's the plan.
And if you fall apart?
Then I'll fall into hands that actually want to hold me.
I'll be there.
Thank you.
Always.
I used to think love meant surrender.
Now
I know it means choosing each other in the fire, not watching from the shore.
Does he choose you in the fire?
I don't think he's even noticed the smoke.
Then maybe he was never yours to begin with.
Maybe.
What happens when the NDA bombs drop?
Depends
On what?
on whether he flinches or fights beside me.
He doesn't deserve you.
He did. Once.
Before the prenup?
Before his silence.
That's the wound.
Worse than the contract. Worse than the manipulation. It's his silence that breaks me.
I want to scream for you.
Don't. Save your voice.
For what?
For when I walk out or rise above them all. It's midnight. I still can't sleep.
I didn't expect you to.
Everything's laid out. Dress, shoes, earrings his mother picked.
Burn the earrings.
I thought about it.
How do you feel?
Like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff in heels.
Is he there?
He's with his father. Last night, as a single man, he said.
So poetic for someone who sold your soul for dinner.
He kissed my forehead and told me I was handling all this with grace.
Oh, the irony.
I wonder if grace means disappearing without screaming.
Number, that's repression. Grace is screaming and still walking tall.
Then I'm full of grace.
What happened today?
I went to the estate early.
Why?
I wanted to sit in the garden alone. The same garden his mother said would be perfect for photo ops.
Of course she did.
I found Maria there, the housekeeper.
The sweet one?
She's been there 23 years.
She okay?
She pulled me aside, quiet, nervous.
Why?
She said she heard them talking again.
Who?
His mother, his sister.
Oh, no.
They were laughing. She'll be gone before the 3rd anniversary. That prenup ensures she walks out with less than she came in.
That's sick.
And then they toasted. Toasted.
To your failure.
I said nothing, just smiled. I think Maria expected me to cry.
And did you?
I thanked her, told her she might have just saved me.
You don't deserve this, Lil.
I didn't know betrayal could feel so polished.
That's their game. Make the trap look like a throne.
I sat in the garden for an hour, imagining walking down that aisle, knowing the applause is just a curtain for what they planned behind it.
That's not a wedding. That's theater.
And I'm the final act.
You don't have to go through with it.
I keep hearing my mom's voice. Sometimes strength is staying. Sometimes it's leaving in silence.
So which is it this time?
I don't know yet.
Do you want to love him still?
I do love him. That's the worst part.
Does he love you?
He loves what I bring him. He loves who I am when I'm convenient.
Then it's not love. It's packaging.
I remember the night he proposed.
Tell me.
He looked nervous, said, I want to protect you. Now I wonder if he meant from the world or from his family.
Or if he meant protect himself from ever truly having to choose.
Exactly. I replay that moment over and over, trying to find a crack in it, a lie in his eyes.
And?
I think he meant it, but love like that, intention without action, is still abandonment.
That line belongs in a book.
I feel like pages written by others, and edits made without my consent.
You're not a character, you're the author.
Then why does the ending feel already decided?
Because they want you to believe that.
I'm scared I've waited too long to flip the script.
It's never too late.
I stood in front of the mirror tonight. I said my vows out loud.
What did you say?
I promised to protect the woman I used to be from ever being erased again. I promise to choose me, even if no one else does. I promise not to let lace and gold silence the scream inside me.
Lily.
I didn't say his name once.
That tells you everything.
You think he'd forgive me if I walked away?
Maybe. But the question is, would you forgive yourself if you stayed?
That's what's keeping me awake.
I'll be honest. I hope you don't marry him tomorrow.
Even if he begs.
Especially if he begs.
You know what no one tells you?
What?
That leaving someone you love feels like mourning your own body.
But staying with someone who betrays your soul is a slow cremation.
Which hurts less.
Neither, but only one lets you walk away with skin.
I keep thinking of a line I heard once. Some women aren't ruined. They're just finally refusing to decorate the cage.
I need that tattooed on my ribs.
Sometimes I wonder if I ever really believed he'd choose me over them.
Did he ever give you a reason to?
Number. But I gave myself every excuse.
That's not love, that's survival.
I'm so tired of surviving.
Then don't. Start living.
Even if it means walking down the aisle and turning at the altar,
I'll catch you mid-spin.
wouldn't that be dramatic?
It would be honest.
I still have the papers, the signed NDAs.
What are you going to do with them?
If I stay, I burn them. If I leave, I frame them.
I'd love to see them hanging over your fireplace.
Next to my piece.
You know what I see when I look at you?
What?
A woman who could have swallowed her voice but chose to sharpen it instead.
Maybe I just got tired of bleeding politely.
Promise me something.
What?
Whatever happens tomorrow, whether you walk down the aisle or out the back door, you write your name first.
I already did. I signed my own heart back to myself.
Then no matter what happens tomorrow, you already won.
They just zipped me into the dress.
How do you feel?
Like I'm about to walk into my own funeral.
Then take the veil off.
I can't. They're waiting.
So let them wait.
There's a knock every 5 minutes. Hair, lipstick, champagne.
And not one, are you okay?
Exactly. My mother's crying in the hallway. I don't even know if it's from joy or fear.
Both, probably.
I caught my reflection. I look flawless.
But
I don't see me.
that's the moment.
What moment?
The one where you ask, do I keep playing this role or do I reclaim the author's chair?
I'm afraid of disappointing everyone.
You'll disappoint them more by disappearing into the version of you they built.
Even Max.
Especially Max if he loved the mask more than your face.
I'm shaking.
Let it happen. Shaking means your soul is waking up.
The music started downstairs.
Already?
I'm supposed to walk in 10 minutes.
And what do you want?
I want someone to stop me,
Lily,
but no one is.
because they all believe your silence is agreement.
Maybe I trained them too.
That ends today.
I can't breathe in this dress.
Then take it off.
My hands won't move.
Then say it, right now. Say what you want, just for me. No cameras, no guests.
I want to leave.
Say it again.
I want to leave.
Louder.
I want to leave.
Then go.
What if he comes after me?
Then you'll finally see if he loves you or just the ceremony.
My legs feel like water.
But they're yours, not his, not hers, yours.
My sister just came in, said, "You okay?" I nodded, like always.
Say the truth, say it now.
I told her, "No, I'm not."
And
She froze, like I spoke a forbidden word.
because no one's used to you choosing yourself.
She asked if I wanted to run.
You said yes?
I said, "I already packed my shoes."
Lily,
I asked her to stall the music.
you're doing it.
I don't know where I'm going yet.
Forward is enough.
I'm standing in the corner of the dressing room. The veil's on the floor.
How does that feel?
Like I just removed a muzzle.
Look around, what do you see?
A mirror, my bouquet, the pen I used to sign the prenup.
Throw it away.
I want to keep it
Why?
as a reminder that I once signed myself away and lived to reclaim the page.
You're rewriting it now.
I'm walking to the door.
Is it locked?
Not anymore.
Then what's stopping you?
Habit, fear, love.
Break all three.
I'm opening the door. I can hear my name being called downstairs.
Ignore it.
I'm stepping barefoot into the hallway,
Where's your suitcase?
already in the car.
Mine or yours?
Mine. But I don't know where I'm driving yet.
Anywhere but back to silence.
My heels are echoing.
Let them echo. Let them know power just left the building.
I see the front entrance. The driver looks confused.
Wave.
I just did. My heart's pounding.
You're alive.
I almost turned around.
Why didn't you?
I saw my reflection in the glass door. I looked scared, but I was standing.
And that's all you need.
I'm outside.
What does the sky look like?
Gray, like it's waiting for me to choose.
Then choose.
I'm in the car.
Where to?
Anywhere but here.
I'll meet you. Name the place.
Remember that cabin we rented last fall?
By the lake, with the horrible plumbing and the stars.
That one.
I'm already halfway there.
I'll drive slow.
I'll leave the porch light on.
Tell me something.
Anything.
Will this always hurt?
Yes, but it will hurt less than disappearing.
Promise.
With everything I have.
I just passed the sign that says, "Thank you for visiting."
Let that be your closing chapter.
My phone won't stop buzzing.
Let it ring.
What if he's crying?
Then let him learn what it feels like to miss something real.
I feel like I'm floating.
You're free.
Say it again.
You're free.
I didn't know freedom would feel so heavy.
Because you're still carrying the past. But soon you'll set it down.
I hope so.
You will. And I'll be there. Blanket, tea, and no questions until you're ready.
I love you.
I love you more.
Even in this dress.
Especially in that dress. You turned it into armor.
He'll hate me.
He'll finally meet the version of you he never bothered to see.
I think I just saved my own life.
You did. And you didn't need anyone's permission to do it.
What if one day I miss him?
You will. But you'll miss the illusion, not the cage.
I want to cry.
Then cry. I'll hold space for every tear.
I don't know what happens after this.
You rebuild, brick by honest brick.
I'm scared.
That means you're close to the truth.
I feel like I ran without finishing the line.
You finished it the moment you walked out.
Then maybe this is the start.
Not maybe, it is.
I've been staring at the lake for hours.
Has it said anything back?
Just that I did the right thing.
Then it's smarter than most people.
I still haven't opened my texts.
Don't, not yet.
But one came through. It previewed on the lock screen.
From him?
Number his mother.
Oh, God.
You embarrassed our family. You embarrassed yourself.
Delete, block, burn.
I didn't respond.
Good. That message was never a question. It was a punishment.
I keep thinking I'll wake up and this will all have been a dream.
It was.
What?
The version of your life they wrote for you. That was the dream. Now you're awake.
Then why does everything ache?
Because breaking free isn't painless.
I wonder if he's looking for me.
You want him to?
I don't know. Maybe just to prove he cared.
But not enough to stop what happened before.
Exactly. I found the note I wrote for him.
The one you never gave?
I put it in the inside pocket of my dress.
Do you want to read it to me?
I can't. Not yet.
That's okay.
It starts with, "I wanted to choose you."
And ends with?
But not if it meant erasing me.
Perfect.
I wish that had been my vows.
In a way, it was. Just to yourself.
His father called.
Did you answer?
Number, but the voicemail.
What did he say?
I hope one day you understand the value of silence.
They really think dignity means obedience.
They think silence is class.
You redefined it.
How?
You let your footsteps say everything.
Do you think I hurt him?
I think he hurt himself by letting them speak louder than his heart.
I imagined growing old with him.
You still can, just not in the prison they built.
Part of me keeps waiting for him to show up.
With flowers.
With truth.
Do you really think he can give you that?
If he does, it'll be the first time.
Then don't hold your breath.
I walked the shoreline today.
Shoes off.
Of course. Cold sand is honesty.
Did you cry?
I did, but not for him. I cried for the girl who almost stayed.
I would have cried with her.
I think she finally forgave me.
Then you're healing.
When do I stop looking over my shoulder?
When you start walking towards your own voice.
I want that.
You're already doing it.
I wrote in my journal. First time in months.
What did you write?
Today I didn't ask anyone for permission to breathe.
I'm framing that.
Max finally texted.
What did he say?
Where are you? You humiliated me.
Wow.
We could have worked through it. You didn't have to run.
He still doesn't get it.
I defended you. I fought for you.
He pacified you. That's not the same.
But you made me look like a fool in front of them.
He's still prioritizing their shame over your pain.
Exactly. Not one word about how I felt.
Because to him, your silence was service, your escape, betrayal.
You think he'll come here?
If he does, it won't be for closure.
Then for what?
Control.
That scares me.
Don't let it. He lost the script when you walked off stage.
What if he begs?
Then ask yourself, does he want you or just to rewrite the ending?
I want to believe he loved me.
He did, in the way people love things they don't understand.
I wanted to be seen.
You still will be, by someone who doesn't flinch when you're loud.
What if I'm never loved like that?
You already are.
By you?
By yourself. And that is how everything begins again.
I'm scared of being alone.
Alone is different from lonely. You're in a cabin by a lake, in your skin, on your terms. That's holy.
Then why do I feel hollow?
Because you made space, and real things are coming to fill it.
I want to scream.
Scream. I'll scream with you.
I'm not ready.
That's okay. You're allowed to take one moment at a time.
What if I love the fantasy more than the man?
Then grieve it and let it go.
I feel like a ghost.
Then haunt their memory forever, as the woman who chose herself.
You're too good with words.
I learned from you.
Did I do the right thing?
You did the real thing.
I think I need to sleep.
Then rest. You survived your wedding day.
Alone.
Alive.
There's a difference.
A sacred one.
Thank you for staying.
Always until the last brick is rebuilt.
Then stay nearby.
I'm closer than your next breath.
I didn't sleep much.
Still in the cabin?
Yeah, there's frost on the windows.
Want me to come up?
Number, I need to sit in this.
That's fair.
Made tea. Realized I haven't sat still without obligation in years.
Feels weird, doesn't it?
It's like my body keeps waiting for someone to ask me for something.
And instead?
Only the wind, and it wants nothing from me.
Finally.
Something happened.
What?
My face is on a tabloid website.
Number.
Runaway bride from legacy family leaves groom at altar. Inside sources say she was never stable.
Oh, I am going to sue somebody.
I think Max spoke to them.
Wait, what?
Not directly, but it's his words. I know his phrases.
She was overwhelmed. The pressure got to her. She had a history of mood swings. That's a quote.
Verbatim?
He weaponized your exit.
He made it sound like I had a breakdown.
Not a boundary.
Exactly.
This is defamation.
I know, but I won't fight him that way.
Why not?
Because he's still playing their game. And I'm no longer on that board.
So what do you do now?
I breathe. I heal. And then I build something they can't reach.
What about the NDAs?
I sent them to my lawyer this morning.
Wait.
Every member of that family signed a document stating they would not publicly speak about me or our relationship.
Which means?
If they breach it, I have legal standing.
Do they know that?
They do now.
How?
I sent an email. Simple. One line. You broke your silence, so now I will break mine.
Lily, I'm shaking.
I attached the signed PDFs and a timestamped screenshot of the article.
That's not revenge. That's justice.
I didn't ask for this war, but if they want one, I'll make it clean.
And quiet.
Exactly. I'm not going back to being polite about pain.
Say that again.
I'm not going back to being polite about pain.
There she is.
I thought I'd feel empty.
And?
I feel clear.
There's nothing more dangerous than a woman with clarity.
I want to write again.
Do it.
I think that's what saved me. Not the cabin, not even walking away, but the fact that I knew I still had a voice.
And used it.
I might turn the journal into a book.
You should.
How to survive a wedding you never wanted.
And still keep the dress.
God, I love you.
Not as much as I love watching you rise.
I reread our messages.
Oh, God.
It's a map.
A map to what?
To myself.
Then print it. Frame it. Let it live next to your mirror.
You think people will understand?
Some will, some won't. That's not your job.
I was raised to believe endurance was love.
And now?
Now I believe love doesn't ask for a funeral of your voice.
Preach.
I stood in the snow barefoot this morning.
Are you trying to get sick?
I needed to feel my feet. I needed to remind myself that I'm real.
You are.
I am.
So what happens now?
I don't know, but for once, that doesn't scare me.
Then you're already winning.
I might drive up the coast.
Alone?
Yes. To remember that alone doesn't mean unloved.
Want company at the first rest stop.
Maybe at the third.
Deal.
Tell me again.
What?
That I did the right thing.
You did the only thing,
Even if no one claps,
especially then,
I feel like I buried a version of myself.
and planted another.
Do you think she'll bloom?
She already has.
Maybe I'll never get an apology.
Closure doesn't require an audience.
Then maybe this is mine.
It is.
If I could go back,
Would you?
I'd still fall in love.
Really?
Yes, but I'd love myself louder from the start.
That's it. That's the whole point.
I think I'm finally free.
I think you were always free. You just stopped asking for permission.